I give the call to the member for Spence.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Housing and Homelessness. How will the Albanese Labor government's ambitious housing agenda help tackle housing challenges across Australia, and what is currently blocking it?
Give the call to the Minister for Housing, Homelessness and the Minister for Small Business.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, and I want to thank the member for Spence for that important question and for his support for our broad, ambitious housing agenda, Mr Speaker, because it is ambitious, but importantly it's also achievable, Mr Speaker. The $575 million that we unlocked immediately means homes are under construction today because of the decisions that we made. The Housing Accord in our first budget, another 10,000 affordable rental homes matched by the states and territories with another 10,000 affordable rental homes.
Member for Deakin.
Of course, in our last budget, the $2 billion for Housing Australia to support more social and affordable homes, and our changes to build to rent, again to encourage more rental homes to be built in Australia. And then, of course, our announcement last weekend of the $2 billion social housing accelerator.
The Minister will pause a moment. The member for Deakin, the member for Wannon are now warned. If they persist with any interjections, they will leave the chamber. Not having any more of it. Give the call to the Minister in continuation.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. The $2 billion social housing accelerator announced last weekend investments in social homes, that is public and community housing with the states and territories. And of course our Housing Australia Future Fund, which will build 30,000 social and affordable rental homes in the first 5 years of the fund, is central to our ambitious housing agenda, but it's clearly not the only thing that we are doing. And Mr Speaker, what we are as a government is we're about delivering, but what we won't do as a government is offer something that is impossible. And that's what we're being asked to do in the Senate, where our Housing Australia Future Fund is being blocked. We've got the Liberals and the Nationals who are blocking it because, of course, they no longer believe in future funds, even though they set some up. And then, of course, we've got the Greens political party who are blocking it for something that actually cannot be delivered, Mr Speaker. Everybody in this place knows that in the Constitution it shows very clearly that we do not have the power to implement a rent freeze, very clearly. Secondly, of course, Mr Speaker, the experts and the evidence tells all of us that it will make the situation worse, that it won't work. Indeed, the Australian Housing and Urban Research Institute said, and I quote, "It won't work because it will discourage new investments, so supply will not be brought on." And then, of course, you've got Professor Graham Samuel, the former head of the ACCC, who said they should understand that the fundamental problem is we've got a lack of supply. And he went on to say, the moment you put a rental cap in place, you just simply exacerbate the supply problem. Mr Speaker, on this side of the House, we do want to get on with the job of building more homes. We want to deal with supply as I outlined. We also, of course, want to support the Australians that are renting, and we're doing that through the National Cabinet with renters' rights. We did that in our last budget with our increases to the Commonwealth Rent Assistance, the 15% increase, the largest increase in more than 30 years. While we are delivering, of course, those on the other side want to keep delaying. They want to keep blocking this important legislation. They can keep blocking it for things that are impossible. We're going to keep on delivering for Australians that need it most.